Hello Ronlings. It's been a while, excuse me looking at the ground all the time, the ground's really uneven. It's been a while, it's been a very long time that I've been out in the tent. It's finally happening, yes! Because I so miss it. I mean, I've been a bit wrapped up with my van recently because I bought a van and spent a long time doing it up, and then obviously I want to go and use it, but now then I find myself really missing doing the tent camping. It's a double excitement because I'm also doing it in a completely different place. I was even though I moved out even though I moved home, I still were going back to the places I did it originally instead of looking around for new places. So I did some scouting. I looked around where I live now, and I found somewhere, how should we say, it's a very small area and a path runs quite close to it, but you can't actually see me, but I'm close enough that you'd see if you'd hear me, say, if you're walking past. That's kind of, it's not that, I wouldn't say it's the best place I can get, but you know, I've only just started looking. It looks viable, a little bit edgy, but it looks like I'm going to try it, let's put it that way. I'm going to give it a go. So I'm just on my way there now. I don't know why I said it like that. Maybe that's what happens when you haven't been camping for a while, you get all well, this is it. As I said, excuse me, as I said, it's a relatively small bit of woodland. It's open to the public, anyone can come in, but camping, different matter. So all the time I'm just a geezer standing here with my backpack. It's fine. It's a small woodland, it's a very small area, and the path is 5 meters over there, but it's quite thick, dense forest. You wouldn't be able to see me as you're going past. At night with the light on, possibly, but certainly at the moment I've already tested it and gone round there and I can't see myself round there. I've gone round the other side and I can't see me anywhere. It's brilliant. So so it's all about somebody going past this path over there, and once it gets dark the lights on will shine. It's only that path though, everything over behind me is really thick and dense. It's just over there, but I imagine nobody's coming in once it gets dark. I imagine nobody's coming in here. There's no reason to come in here once it gets dark, so I don't think it's going to be as bad as all that. So all set up. I don't know when the last time I gave you equipment check was, so you can have one now. I'll start with the tent. The Vango Hydra 200. I absolutely love this tent because sorry, I keep having to put my ugly face back into it because the sound goes when I turn it the other way. I keep going on about this tent and how much I love it, because I absolutely love this tent. It's like as near as you can get to the perfect tent as far as I'm concerned, and at 120 odd quid I just think it's amazing. So I haven't mentioned before is that I got a new bag ages ago, but I haven't mentioned it. It's Vango again. I'm not being sponsored by them or anything because I'm not a managed ties channel anyway. It's a Vango Sherpa 65. Because my other sleeping bag was only a sleeping bag. What the hell? That's where I'm going wrong. I'm putting all my equipment in a sleeping bag. My other backpack was a Euro Hike Nepal 65. It was 20 quid. It was £19 actually. Back when I was starting getting all my equipment together, and it did the job. I had it a year. It never failed. It never ripped. Never gave me any problems. But there were a lot of comfort issues with it. It did me because I only camped for one night. I don't travel for miles from my car, but there was a lot of discomfort issues with it, and it didn't have various things like outside pockets for the bottles, and which I find useful to carry them outside to save space on the inside. And it has all that, and it's about, well, maybe I'll show it better later on because it is a new thing. I mean, today I have been in my Rab 900, but today I've gone down to the Leviathan because it's quite a warm night. A little bit scary when I do that. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of hum and ha whether to go down a notch, because I don't think this is, I did take this through like minus temperature weather, but it's not as effective as the Rab 900 by a long shot. But it's warm enough now. I think I've just about gone down, can afford to go down to that one. And a Trichology pillow. It's great. It's done me proud. It's never gone down, and it's not quite as fat as I'd like it. Your head's a bit lower. I usually stuff a coat or something underneath it as well, but it does the trick. And I have a Uni Gear, can't remember the brand, sleeping pad. Again, I love it. It's very wide, so it's extremely comfortable, but it doesn't quite fit on my silver mat underneath. It sort of overlaps. I don't think I'm going to worry about that now, because we're in summer. We're coming into summer. It's nice weather now. The weather's warming up, but for next winter I think I need to get a narrow one to fit on the silver mat, even though it's a really good one and I'm really pleased with it, and it's only 56 quid I think. This foil mat is a nice thick foil mat. It's called Trail, bought from Amazon. It was relatively cheap. I can't remember the price. Apologise for that. But I bought it because, in my opinion, the thin... when I first started watching other people camp, they were all in... sorry, paranoia. When I was watching other people camp, they were always all in taking these really thin foil mats with them that have like a really super thin foam back on them, and they're super light and bendy, and everyone's saying, you get that, reflects the heat back. I've tried this. I've carried one. I instantly went, right, do that. That's what the experts are saying. And I've tried it, and I've laid on them just as they are, with nothing on top of it, and felt the cold coming through the floor, and very little heat reflectiveness, because the cold floor in the winter, it sort of overpowers any heat reflecting back because it's so cold. And I think it doesn't, I personally don't believe they do very much, if anything at all. And they're really thin, so things can still poke through them and poke through into your sleeping pad. So I carried it around for ages, and I did various tests with it, and I personally think they're a waste of time. I don't think they really do anything. But that one you saw there is much thicker, and it rolls up. It is a space it does take up a lot of space. But I stick it to the outside of my pack. You know, there's straps on the bottom. I stick it to the outside of that, and yeah, it's not a problem. I usually put my tent there because I prefer my tent there, but this tent I've got here is so big it won't fit on the straps, on those straps, so the tent has to go inside, which I prefer on the outside, because when you get there, first thing you do, put your tent up, and if it's pouring down rain, you've got to open your pack to get your tent out of you inside your pack. So I prefer a tent on the outside, but I can't do that with this tent. So that big thing that does roll up quite big, because it is very thick, goes on the outside, so it's not really a problem. That's it, weight wise it's virtually nothing still. So but it's really thick, and I lied on that on the cold floor in the winter, and I could feel the warmth coming up from it, because you're protected from the cold floor, and it has a foil back, and all I could feel was warmth. So in my opinion, that's my opinion, you may be poo-pooing it and saying, oh my god, you know what I was talking about, but personally I've tried it with, without, lied on it with, without, lied it on cold floors, and because I was questioning whether it was any good, and I personally think it's not any good. So I have a Trekology chair. Can't remember the model, because I've had that for ages now. Good chair. If my fat ass can go on it all the time and it still holds up, then it's blooming good. And I like the fact that it's really low, so even in these tiny tents I can sit inside the vestibule without having to sit on the floor and my old aching bones aching. That's kind of where we are. You know, the campset's a cheap Chinese campset. It's not a branded one. I'm not rich. I don't see the point of spending loads on Hillebergs when this thing has a 5,000 hydrostatic head. I haven't even put the guy ropes up, and it's solid as a rock. It's not moving. It's solid as a rock, because of the crisscross design, and then another one at the front. And there's loads of space inside it. Huge vestibule that you can roll up completely in the summer, or roll one side or the other. I've gone back to the tent again, haven't I? Because I'm in love with that tent. I just love it so much. I'd like to experiment with other ones, but I'm finding it very difficult, because I don't want to lose something I was really looking forward to going out in, because I live this tent. And I have excuse that, I have something really sexy to show you later as well. When it gets dark, I've got something really special that will help me feel a bit more comfortable with my surroundings, and it's a bit of fun. So look forward to that later on. Cheers. Listen to that. Not the burp I just did. That one I was trying to impress you with. Just the birds. Beautiful. Gorgeous bunch of sounds to sit and listen to. Gorgeous. I think I never look at honest to God, I never look at the weather. I don't go, ooh, what's the weather like? I pick a day and I go. I never look at the weather. And I lucked out, because at the moment in the UK, the rain has kind of not stopped. Oh, you're blurred. I wonder why that is. The wind has not stopped. I've said wind again, haven't I? The rain has not stopped. It's just been every day. And even when you wake up in the morning and think, oh, this looks nice, it's always raining that evening. For months now, it's just not stopped. All the ground is soggy and soft, and I can. Luckily, this chair, the feet don't go straight down like other chairs. They go at an angle like that, which gives you a lot more stability and soft ground. So they've gone down a bit, but but normally, you know, everything's sinking in. Pushing the pegs in was just with you. It was so soft because everything's so wet. But today I come out and I really lucked out because it feels like the middle of summer. I've got thermal trousers on. They got not thermal per se. They got a fleece lining, and I'm on fire. I don't. This isn't. This is what I call my uniform, my YouTube uniform, because I don't normally dress all drab and green, and I'm quite a colourful dresser. But I bought these for the winter because you know, they have a fleece lining. I bought 2 pairs from Amazon for a change. They were slightly different. I wanted to try different materials. These are all stretchy, and the other ones are not stretchy, more sort of coarse material. These are more comfortable because they're stretchy, but they've both got fleece linings, and it's boiling. I've even had to take my coat off. It's only a thin coat, but it's just too hot because it's a blue sky, and the sun is just creeping. I don't know if I can pick that. Yeah, the sun's just creeping just above the horizon now. Just creeping above the horizon. I picked a super duper day. I just can't believe how much I lucked out. Don't get me wrong, I love the rain and I love the sound of the rain on the tent, but there's only so much you can take, you know, because it is just been non-stop raining. I mean, I know people across the pond think it rains in the UK all the time. It doesn't. It rains arguably more than most places, but it doesn't rain all the time. You know, you can go a few weeks without any rain quite easily, but it's been every single day for months, and everywhere saturated and puddles everywhere, and this is the first day that we've gone this far for a long time without any rain. In fact, opposite that, it's actually sunny and warm as well in April, which is there's going to be another video coming out after this one that's right in my camper, and it's going to look like everything I said just a lie, because they're not in sequence, because it's edited and ready to go, but it ain't coming out for a couple of weeks because I didn't want to put camper. I wanted to whack a tent in between, so this is going to come out first, and then there's going to be weather-wise it's all lovely today, and weather-wise it's going to be real miserable in the next one. Excuse me if I keep touching my face all the time. There's like a million mozzies out tonight, and either they are landing on my face or I'm just paranoid. It's one of my fun. Yeah, that's how you know summer's here, isn't it? Somebody said to me, oh, no, they didn't say oh, I said that. They said to me, isn't camping a bit sort of geeky, a bit nerdy? I don't know, I kind of feel a bit like a rock star, to be honest. Because I don't think you can say that something's geeky because you don't enjoy it or you don't like it or don't understand it. You know, everyone has different tastes, don't they? This is the way I like to spend my afternoons, evenings. Excuse me, I'm going to straighten you off a bit. There you go. This is how I like to spend my. There's lots of the ways I like to spend my evenings. You know, if you think like the only thing I like to do and everything else sucks, but there's a lot of things I like to do, and this is something I really enjoy for various reasons, and other people enjoy other things that I don't. So I don't know. You can look at something and say that's geeky, and I think it's purely just the fact that it's just not your cup of tea, which is fine. But to say something's geeky just because you don't really like it, it's a bit narrow-minded, isn't it, really? But yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with being outdoors, listening to that beautiful bird song, being sat in a natural environment. I find it actually very therapeutic, and I quite enjoy it. I I like to spend my evenings like that, and I'd wager that anyone, even if they said they didn't like it, if they spent an evening out here, I reckon they'd come away quite relaxed and quite calm. And yeah, I don't know, but it's a bit narrow-minded to say something's geeky just because you don't like it. I can say that about anything anyone doesn't like. Just a thought. So I got a new tripod. Excuse me for having to look at my ugly mug, but I've noticed that when you go around the back of the camera, the sound completely drops. I do believe there's a way of opening up the mic so you can hear it both ways. I don't know what that is. I'll work it out one day. So just so it's not because I think I'm beautiful and I want you to see my face, but just for the sound purposes, I bought a new tripod. The other one was really long, really heavy, and I didn't really like it, but it wasn't a top priority because it was a good quality one. I bought it, didn't buy it for the channel, I bought it for a long time ago for just using around the house and whatever, so it wasn't thinking about weight and size, and I never really liked it, but it was not a top priority, so I didn't bother changing it. It was like right down the list, but until I stood on it and broke it. And broke two of the legs clean off, well, not clean off, but enough that I couldn't repair it. So that forced me to look for one a bit more suitable, and I bought this one, and that's what it's called. Was that a Cambo Photo 250C? The reason I liked it is because I was trying to get the smallest I could, but it goes up to the tallest it can. I want it to go at least my height. I want it to be the cheapest it can. Excuse the wobbly camera work, obviously I'm not using it. So they're all kind of different, you know, trying to get all of those things in at the same time. So this is, in my opinion, the nearest I could get to it. It was, I think, I'm so terrible with reviews, if you can call this a review, I think it was something like £16, so it wasn't terribly expensive. I'm not really sure, I think it was around there, from Amazon obviously because I live there. And it's extremely light. It's 0.7 kilograms, which is less than half the weight of my other one. My other one was a heavy thing, and it's really short, so I don't need to bring, in my opinion, I don't need to bring loads of tripods and loads of I usually bring a handheld with me, so when I'm walking with it obviously on my hand, I swap to that. But this is so small and light, I'm quite happy to just stick it on there and just walk with that because it's so compact. So I only bring this now. That's literally all I bring. I don't, it's lighter, and I'm bringing less equipment because I'm quite happy and light enough to just leave it on there and walk with that. And it goes up to higher than I am. My other one was a massive thing when it was folded down, and it was really heavy, and it was just about lower than me. And this one, I'm 5'7", this goes up to way above my head. I don't know how high, but way above my head. So like, it's much smaller, much lighter, and goes twice as high. Don't figure. But so that's my new thing, and quite pleased with that. It's worked rather well. Got ravioli again. I don't know how it happened, but I keep all my camping food in the van. You know, I have a cupboard there full of all my food, and I just go in there and take out what I want. For some reason it was all ravioli and all day breakfasts. That's it. I had loads of tins and they're all that. I'm not really sure how that happened. It's nice enough to be cooking out, well, the burner's in the vestibule, but I'm kind of sitting outside it. But I don't understand why I seem to be always just eating ravioli every time I do a camp. But I'm not buying just, well, I don't think I'm buying just ravioli, I'm buying other stuff as well. I must be eating it. I don't know. I don't get it. the light on. I'm a bit dubious about having the light on. It's my first place I've ever been. I mean, it's the first time I've been here. I'm sort of a bit curious, a bit concerned about all the noises I'm hearing and stuff. I was a bit sort of scared putting the light on, but you know, you've got to do it. It's stealth, but if you want to see what you're doing, if you want to film, you've got to do it. Right, so I have my spork. It's in the tent. It's in my rucksack in the tent. So if you're wondering why I'm using that, it's because well, the bottom line is I can't be bothered to go and get it. I already had this on me because I store it in with the kit, and now I'm starting to wish I'd have gone and got it because this isn't really working, and I've spilled it. I thought, oh, I can't be bothered to zip over the tent, grab my bag, unzip the bag, get it out of there. I ate my ravioli with this as well. Sort of scooped it up. I'm making it work. Okay, so my piece of new. I've done this in the... Sorry, hearing things. I've done this in the wrong order. I should have showed you this in the daylight. But you use it at night. So it's a night vision goggles. Yeah. How cool is that? I'm totally, you know, SAS. So these are, if you excuse the way it's pronounced, they are something, the company's called Jed Fezzy. Yeah, Jedfezy. They're £71 from Amazon, because everything is from Amazon. It seems like I'm saying Amazon a lot. I do go other places, but I think it's mostly Amazon. So, and that's where they are, what they are. They come in a nice little neat case. I think I showed you that earlier. It does have a memory card, so an SD card, so you can record and take photos on it. But I'm going to find it difficult to show you because my computer doesn't have an SD card slot, so although I can keep them on here, I can't actually. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to video me using it, basically. So the only way I can think of doing this is to turn it round so that you can. I'm filming me using it. Let's see how I can do this. There we go. So that's what you do. You can't put it up to your head. It's not one of those type of ones that straps to your head. So you hold it sort of there. And it's got different settings, levels of brightness. It's pretty cool. It doesn't. It does zoom in, but this is the weakest zoom, for want of a better word, and it's still pretty close. That's the only downside. You can't sort of go like as if you're going to where you're actually standing. Oh, that's better. Look. Oh, that's better. That's pretty good. And £71. That's really cheap for night vision goggles. I think they're the cheapest one on Amazon. It does a really smashing job. Isn't it somehow creepier being able to actually see in the dark? Isn't that kind of creepier? It's a bit sort of Blair Witch, isn't it? It's pretty good. There's different brightnesses as well. Let's swing it around. When you look at the front, you can see there, you can see, I'll cover up the light, there is a red light, so it's how stealth it is, I don't know, because you can see this red light. Excuse me, I'm trying to do this with one hand, and that is the lowest intensity as well. You can actually go brighter. I don't know why you would, because actually the as you can see there, that was good enough. As I'm looking around, yeah, that seems good enough, but you can go much brighter and it would be a stronger image, but which obviously means stealth point of view, this is going to be brighter and be seen further, but it's pretty good, you know. Interesting, but as I say, it's actually creeping being able to see than not being able to see. There's something quite eerie about me looking around and being able to see everywhere, into the bushes and stuff. That's yeah, that's quite worrying, but it's a nice little toy. And if I do see ruffles, I can quickly pick this up and see if there's anything I can see. So there's nothing more to be said about that, really. It's that's kind of all it does, as far as I can work out. You can zoom in with it, and you can change the you can get a clearer, sharper image with turning the end thing, and you can record, you can take photos. It goes onto an SD card, which came with it as well, and it works really well. £71 for night vision. That's pretty good. You could go like super stealth by getting ones that aren't the infrared, and they go by just an available light source. You know, even the tiniest light source can be enhanced. They use them in the military, but they're like silly money. So realistically, with the realistic purse, this is the kind of thing you'll be looking at, and it's actually really good. And you can also, don't have to go night vision, you can use it during the day as a camera as well. You can press another button and it goes colour, and the infrared goes off, and it's, as I say, it's just colour, and you can use it like a proper camera, so during the day, so it's not like completely useless. It comes with a strap, comes with a little box, it's rechargeable, no endless putting batteries in there, it's actually rechargeable as well, so that's not bad for £71, is it? Certainly from a guy that's just playing around in the woods, that's, I don't see me needing any more than that, or spending any more than that. So that's it, that's the one, that's the fella, and that's what I wanted to show you. And now I'm going to sit and have a little play with it. Good morning. What gorgeous sound to wake up to this morning. I've been out for ages, but I didn't want to put the camera on because I just wanted to sit and listen to it. It's lovely. It's odd, my sleep was odd last night because I took ages to get to sleep. It was gone 12 o'clock. I went to bed at 10, it's gone 12 o'clock. Way beyond 12 o'clock. The last time I looked at the time was 12 o'clock, and I was awake way beyond that. I just didn't feel comfortable. I couldn't get comfortable. I don't really know why. And the odd thing is that when I eventually did go to sleep, I slept solid, didn't wake up once. And when the alarm went off, I must have pressed the snooze 150 times because I was really comfortable, and I didn't want to get up. I was comfortable, I was warm, and so how come once I'd gone to sleep I was comfortable, but up to that point I just couldn't get comfortable? I mean, I deflated the mattress 3 times, and then that was too much, and I inflated a bit trying to get it right, and the pillow, and I just felt really uncomfortable. I thought, well, yeah, obviously my setup isn't very good, but then when I did go to sleep, once I was asleep, I just felt really comfortable. I don't understand the logic there. But anyway, I've got the kettle boiling. I'll eat some breakfast, and then it's time to go. I've actually made a big kind of mistake here, because I'm talking about I've turned myself around the other way now. The path's that way. Before, it was, my orientation was different. The path I was worried about is behind me, just there. Well, last night when I was wandering around with the night vision goggles, I found the path just over here. That's really close by, and you can see the tent. I didn't even know that, because this is new to me, and I'm exploring the area, and I obviously didn't explore it very well, because literally if you just walk say about 5 meters that way, if that, there's another path, a really big path, and it's not muddy or anything, so you could easily come in here with your dogs and that. And I thought, oh, in this area it was a struggle to get to, because I came off another path and climbed over brambles and this, that and the other to get here, and there's only a blooming other path that walks straight past it, just over there. So at any point somebody could come past and see. And I walked up there myself to check how visible the tent is, and it's never fully exposed, but every step past the path you can see a bit of the tent. So you know, maybe if your eye's not drawn to it, but if you just happen to look in this direction, you'd see it as clear as a bell. So that's a concern, especially this morning with all the dog walkers and that. I haven't heard anyone come in yet, but bloody hell, not great. I haven't been disturbed yet, and I haven't seen anyone yet, but maybe if I come back here I need to reposition somewhere a bit better. Anyway, I want to get to my coffee. That's it, packed up, ready to go. Ate my breakfast, and I'm out of here. Let my hair flow free. I'm now officially a guy walking through the woods. There's me to leave no, etc, etc. Took me ages to sweep the leaves back over. That's the hardest bit of the day, sweeping everything back to where it was. The tent was really had quite a bit of condensation inside it, so I just shoved it back in the bag. It's quite a big heavy one, being a 2-man anyway, so I just shoved it back in the bag, and then it was like twice the size of it was when I packed it. So now I'm just going to carry it, which is quite friendly to the back, and I'm a bit lost because that's not the way out. Right, so thanks for watching, because if you've heard me say thanks for watching, it means you got to the end. So thank you very much. And I'm lost. I can't find my way out. It all looks the same. I know there's a path really nearby, but that takes me off somewhere else. So I'm going to start over this way. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you next time.